Hey everyone, Josh Larson here with the Rage Real Estate team. I want to talk to you about the top 6 most expensive inspection hazards that we often see in transactions. A few years ago, we were helping somebody sell their house, and the buyer's inspector pointed out a potential structural issue with the property and recommended a $15,000 repair. Because I had seen these issues in other properties and was familiar enough with structural issues to kind of see what was going on, I proposed a $2,000 repair, which the buyer accepted, saving the seller over $10,000. That just boils down to expertise and experience. Because I had seen it before, I was able to make a recommendation and keep my seller's money in my seller's pockets. So, as we go through properties and we're looking at homes with buyers, we're looking for issues that we have seen in the past that kind of come up and can cause a deal to fall apart. So, these are the most expensive ones. First of all is structural. If a home has structural problems, it can be very expensive to get those things fixed. And structural issues range from what I was just talking about, $2,000, all the way up to $30,000 or $50,000, depending on how serious the structural issue is. And because we've seen a lot of these issues, we can kind of ballpark where we think the repairs are going to be and give you a heads up at least on what we're expecting. Secondly, plumbing. When homes were built back in the 50s, they often used galvanized pipes, and as galvanized pipes started to fall out of favor, they replaced them with polybutylene pipes. Both of these forms of plumbing have major issues. First, galvanized pipes will eventually corrode, and because of the corrosion, you're going to get flecks of metal in your drinking water, or they're just going to clog altogether and restrict water flow. Polybutylene pipes have a history of leaking, and while a plumbing leak may not sound like a big deal, if it goes for a long time undetected, it can lead to mold or serious water damage in your basement or in your home. A third common issue is a broken sewer line. So the sewer line typically runs from your house either out to the front street at your property or through your backyard to your alley. And a broken sewer line can cause major problems in your house, obviously, but it can also be very expensive to fix, anywhere from $6,000 to over $10,000, depending on the length of the line. Fourth is the roof. The roof can often have damage to it that the homeowners don't even know about because nobody is ever up on their roof to see it. And so when an inspector comes to look through the home, they can pick out obvious hail damage or wind damage or just wear and tear on a roof. And a roof can be fairly expensive to replace. Again, that can be a $10,000 to $15,000 replacement cost, and it's important to know about it going in, if at all possible. Number 5 is the electrical panel. Now, this may not sound important to you, but we know of several electrical panels that have been used over the years that have since been proven to be fire hazards. So when we see those on a showing, we're able to point that out to the buyer and let them know you're going to need to ask the seller to have this replaced or budget so that you yourself can replace it after you buy the house. That's going to range anywhere from $2,500 to upwards of $5,000 or even $6,000, depending on how much work is needed to replace a bad electric panel. Number 6 is asbestos. Asbestos was used in the construction of homes all the way up into the 70s and 1980s and was proven to cause serious health issues. And it can be very expensive to remove because it can be in your drywall, it can be in floor tiles, it can be in ceiling tiles, it can be in popcorn ceilings that you often see in homes from the 80s. And it's important to know what to look for. We're never going to test for asbestos when we're showing properties, but we can look at a home's age and some of the materials that we're seeing in the home as we're looking at it and point out the potential for asbestos and recommend testing. That can save you tens of thousands of dollars if it is asbestos and needs to be removed from the home, because that's the sort of repair where they come to your house in hazmat suits, they tent the whole property and take all the hazardous material out, and we've seen that cost upwards of $40,000. All 6 of these things can be very expensive to repair and can potentially cause a deal to fall apart. So whether you're a buyer or a seller, you want to make sure that you're working with a team that can help you navigate these issues. If you're a buyer, the right agent can help you avoid some of these potential issues before you even make an offer on the property, saving you money. If you're under contract on a property as a buyer and these issues come up, the right agent can help you negotiate to get them fixed so that you're not spending money on it. If you're a seller and you're caught off guard by some of these issues that pop up that you didn't even know existed in your home, The right agent can help you negotiate a favorable outcome and potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars just by knowing what repairs should cost and not just pressuring you to accept the buyer's proposed solution. So, we would love to help you work through any of these things if they come up in your transaction, or if you've got any questions about anything else related to real estate, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.